Right now on GMQC Saturday, billions of dollars are coming to our Illinois communities. The project's getting funded, including one that could help connect travelers to Chicago. Plus, a Southwest Airlines flight dropping within hundreds of feet over the ocean. What investigators say happened.
You're watching GMQC Saturday on WQAD News 8.
Well, this weekend is bringing the heat. Here's a live look at our Bridgepoint camera. Make sure you're staying hydrated and wearing sunscreen if you're going to be outside for a while, and we'll get to more of your forecast in just a second. But first, good morning, Quad Cities. It is Saturday, June 15th. I'm Charles Hart. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'll let you know when we could see a shower or storm chance out of the disturbance that is pushing into Iowa today. Coming up in just a little bit. Charles.
All righty, Morgan. Thank you. Well, a heads up if you need to get to the Arsenal Island today. In just the last couple minutes, crews closed the bridge from Rock Island to the Arsenal, and the work includes road sealing and other maintenance, and it should wrap up by 6 tonight. Plus, Criswell Street in Bettendorf will stay closed through the end of this month, and that's because contractors found an underground utility that conflicts with the new work. Now, until it's relocated, you can use the detour already in place. Well, passenger rail and the I-80 bridge replacement projects are two of the biggest receiving funding from Illinois. It's part of Governor Pritzker's $41 billion Rebuild Illinois program. And that program sets aside $100 million for work on I-74 near John Deere Road and more than $18 million for 3 different projects at the Quad Cities International Airport, plus $25 million for work along Interstate 80 in Henry County from the Rock River to Highway 6. And the program also sets aside funding for water and transit projects. And we have more information about the projects in our area on WQAD.com. Plus, we've included a link for you to read IDOT's full report. Well, this morning, federal officials are investigating at least 2 concerning mid-air incidents involving Southwest airline flights. One came dangerously close to the ocean, and the other experiencing an event at 34,000 feet. ABC's Chuck Sievertson has the details.
Just as Americans start their summer vacations, Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Well, it's 6:05, and we are just days away from Juneteenth, and it commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S., and there are plenty of events happening this weekend for you to celebrate and honor Black history. And that includes Davenport's festival today. That's in LeClaire Park from 11 to 4. And Clinton is having its Cultural Arts Festival today, too. And we've put together a list of Juneteenth events in our area. Just text that word on your screen at Juneteenth to 309-304-0888, and we'll get that list sent right to your phone. Well, a member of Team USA with Quad City ties is heading to Paris for the Paralympic Games. Sarah Adam is the first woman to make the team for wheelchair rugby. She fell in love with it years ago while in occupational therapy school, and Sarah hopes her story helps highlight inclusion in sports and help you love it just as much as she does.
We're seeing a lot more women getting involved in both Paralympic and Olympic sport. This year, the Olympics is going to be the first time that's equitable, with just as many females as males competing, and I think we can get towards that with Paralympics. I mean, rugby is a really aggressive sport, but having the opportunity to show that adaptive sports is for everybody.
The Paralympic Games kick off in Paris on August 28th and includes more than 4,000 athletes across 22 sports. Good for her. All right, the time is 6:06, and still ahead, a powerful interview 12 years in the making.
We heard our principal, and she told us, kids, go hide into your safe spots. And then we heard, a popping sound, and then the phone, kind of went off.
Survivors of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting talk about that traumatizing day as they graduate high school, the important message they have to share. Plus, in your health headlines, staying safe in the heat if you or someone you know is pregnant, how to avoid life-threatening complications while expecting.
And we are going to continue to track in that heat wave for us. Today, not too bad, but we'll talk about the couple days ahead that we'll need to be on guard for heat index values to get near 100. All those details coming up next in your accurate forecast.
You're watching GMQC Saturday on WQAD News 8. GMQC Sunday continues.
The time right now is 8:30. Good morning, Quad Cities. I'm Charles Hart. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. And if you're just joining us, here's some of our top stories we covered in our first half hour. An 8-year-old girl and 5-year-old boy, who are siblings, are dead this morning after an overnight tragedy in Monroe County, Michigan. A suspected drunk driver crashing into Swan Boat Club hosting a child's birthday party. Now, 6 adults and 3 children were rushed to hospitals with life-threatening injuries. And police saying the driver, whose identity has not been released, is a 66-year-old female, and she has been taken into custody for operating a vehicle while intoxicated, causing death. Well, the House passed a massive $95 billion foreign aid package yesterday after months of delays. The package included 4 bills: aid for Ukraine, Israel, Indo-Pacific region, including Taiwan. It also included legislation to force the sale of TikTok by its Chinese parent company if it doesn't divest. Now that the bills have passed in the House, the Senate will begin consideration of this foreign aid package on Tuesday. And listen to this. This is a cool story. A couple tied the knot yesterday at the Brookstone of Aledo. Meet Sue Mullen, who works at the assisted living facility. And the wellness director says she wanted to be with her residents on her special day, and it was the first time a wedding was held at the Brookstone. And one resident says it was great to be a part of it. And of course, congrats to both of them. Well, it's 8:32. Let's take a live look outside this morning. And Morgan, I'm seeing nothing but blue skies at the moment.
Oh yeah, and that's going to stay that way throughout the entire day today. We'll keep that sunshine in place, and that's going to help get temperatures a lot warmer for us this afternoon.
GMQC Sunday continues on WQAD News 8.
It's 8:30 right on the dot on your Sunday morning. Good morning, Quad Cities. I'm Charles Hart. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Well, if you're just tuning in, here's some of our top stories we covered in our first half hour. The Hy-Vee location on Rockingham Road in Davenport is permanently closing tonight at 6. We're told employees will be offered jobs at other Hy-Vee stores in the area with the same pay and benefits. And as for any of you who shop at that location, you'll still be able to shop online. And for pharmacy customers, prescriptions will automatically be moved over to other local Hy-Vee pharmacies. Well, the first debate in the 2024 election is just days away. In preparation, former President Donald Trump hitting the campaign trail this weekend, and President Biden at Camp David. And there will be no studio audience, and the candidates' mics will only be turned on when it's their turn to speak. And the 90-minute matchup will take place Thursday night. And the annual Quad City Air Show continues today, meaning you're going to hear more rumbling in the skies. Several aircrafts are being showcased, including performances from the KC Flyers and the Air Force's F-22 Raptor team. Gates open at 9:30 this morning, and the air show is from 1 to 4. Well, at 8:31, let's take a live look outside this morning. And Morgan, it's going to be a very nice and calm day outside. Yeah, it's going to be a lot better to get outside and enjoy those afternoon activities. It'll feel a lot nicer. Right now, we do have some clouds that are around the area, some very low-lying clouds.
Vehicle went through the building. It's a child's birthday party. We have several people on the ground, as well as several children injured, possibly one pinned underneath the vehicle.
Right now on Good Morning Quad City Sunday, overnight a birthday party turned a tragedy in Michigan. We'll show you the horrifying moments that killed 2 children and injured multiple. Plus, a series of foreign aid bills now passing the House of Representatives, where the aid is going, what's next, and how it could cost Speaker Mike Johnson his job.